What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Let's let the people go up. Y'all can hear me good? Let me know if y'all hear me good. Appreciate you, Danny. Y'all know I'm finna put y'all on Instagram real quick. Everybody tuning in right now. Gonna get them numbers up. Appreciate you, Chris. That's real now. And you made on. We got a lot to talk about too. Make sure this camera getting quality. Appreciate you, Joshua. Let's get them numbers up. J Money, I appreciate you, bro. Caldera, that's real, bro. William Rodriguez, you already know, bro. You want your TOH? What's up? What's up? Neil Camacho, I appreciate you, dog. That's real. When's Bimba? I plan on having both Bimba and TK back on. Y'all know TK did 10 years, so he got a lot to talk about. And then Bimba, we still have a lot to talk about ourselves, too. Jake, I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that neither one of us really got the chance to speak on personally. I kind of wanted to put TK's story out there, a little piece first, just based off of everything that everyone's been saying to him on social media. I feel that a lot more people respect TK now that you've heard him speak on himself out of his own voice. And, you know, with understanding, you can respect somebody. If you don't understand, you're not going to. Daniel, I appreciate you, bro. Nah, I'm not putting my feet on YouTube, bro. If I'm at a beach, maybe. Yeah, TK tatted up, but he's staying on his, though. That's what I respect about him. That's what I want to get into with this conversation, too. So I got a question I'm finna answer. Yanni, Ghost, appreciate y'all. I'm finna answer this question. It was DM to me. Bro couldn't make the live, so he sent me a question, so I'm finna handle this first. He wants to know why it's not good to be a GD in prison. What's the difference between California, New York, then Florida beef with blood rip? Jeff, I appreciate you, bro. And his posture, Mad Lad, appreciate it. Is posture or look a dead giveaway that someone is solid or someone is a punk? So first thing, GDs in the state of Florida, it's very well known that a lot of their members and a lot of their guys that are really going hard in there are engaging in homosexual activities. Other than that, you have a ton of GDs that's as solid as they come. Black, white, Spanish. I've seen all different color GDs. I knew a white GD from Orlando, Florida. He was at Appalachia going hard. Mad respect. It's just that homosexual name that has spread throughout Florida that gives GD a bad look. But all it takes is one person to come onto a compound and represent themselves the right way. So I wouldn't say it's overall, but it's just very well known that there are people that are into that. As far as Blood and Crip in Florida, in most compounds, Crip and GD are tied in the youth offenders, you got multiple different gangs that are tied flags. So you'll have Crip and GD tied flags with Zoes and, you know, like city gangs like St. Pete, and, you know, you might have Orlando rocking behind the Crips. You might have Crips and Bloods from Orlando, so the Blood doesn't even mess with them. It's different, you know what I mean? It's a lot of city politics on top of just everything else. Jay Stacks, I appreciate you, man. And with that being said, Crip was never in the youth offenders. They had some numbers and they had some ones that were going hard. In the adults, might be the same thing. I mean, they didn't really have numbers like that, but the select few they had were going in about theirs. They were representing themselves to the fullest. So they weren't really a big factor though on any compound. Blood and Crip really not getting into it like that. Blood and GD are more likely to get into it like that. One, because they actually have numbers. So if we're on a compound, bro, Blood is deep on almost every single compound. So we're not, you know, most blood violence in prison is blood on blood violence. That's the first thing I want to get out. Most blood violence in prison is blood on blood violence. So everybody been telling me about somebody talking about me in an interview saying that if a white blood was accepted, he a crash dummy, whatever. Ask anybody that's done time with me in Florida State Prison. I splat more bloods than anything. You want to be dubbed, you want to be fooled, you want to move the wrong way, I'm hitting you up, period. I hit up more bloods than any opposite gang member, period. Really cleaning them up how I'm supposed to. So if I'm a crash dummy, I don't know how. I don't know how, but it is what it is. Most blood violence is blood on blood. When GDs get some numbers, then something can pop off, and it's usually only going to be about, you know, drugs. Whoever's controlling the drugs, the tobacco on the compound. It's not really the only on-site attacks I've seen is if someone's currently at war. If we're at war with y'all and y'all get moved in our dorm, we're taking you out the second you get put in. The only gang that's always on site, in my experience, is the 13s and the 14s. They don't care if you come and you just want to be by yourself. If there's 13s there, they're taking a 14 off the compound within whenever they can get to you. They don't care if there's COs there. They don't care who's watching, cameras, none of that. They're going to kill you in front of everyone and let you know, like, we're not playing with y'all boys. And then the last part of his question, I believe, yeah, posture. Somebody's posture can give away certain things. You know, you can kind of see when someone's timid, but that doesn't mean anything, bro. I've seen people, I know people that have come to Florida State Prison and hit the YOs, and they were known on the street for killing people. 17, 18, 19 years old, whatever it is, already had 2, 3, 4 bodies. And when they come in, they'll get TOH'd and be dead scared of knives and pokers. And right when they get stuck, they're giving it up, they're getting extorted, or they're going PC. So I've seen kids come in that are nervous and socially awkward and have never been in this position before, but come to find out the same kid that was awkward and looked nervous turned out to be a boxer on the street and broke buddy jaw when he got TOH. I seen someone come in who was quiet and don't want no problems. 2 people ran up on him. One had a poker. He took the poker from dude and started hitting him up with his own poker. So posture, it can tell you something, but you never know until it actually pops off what's going to happen and how someone's going to handle themselves. TK, solid as they come, bro. TK ain't even playing. Official Baron, I appreciate you, bro. TK, one thing about TK was with it regardless of what. He didn't care about if he had brothers. He would slide by himself. He would strike whenever you started crazy. We were in the line one time, and an older guy said something, and TK called him out right then and there. If you're going to talk right now, let's get it right now. Knife for knife. What's up? Let's get it. Pull it out. And Buddy ain't want to do nothing. TK never played. That's what I'm saying. Y'all see that man's scars and what he's been through. But when you look on his Instagram, you don't know the story behind his tattoos. You don't know the pain he went through in prison for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's a completely other ball game. It's not. In Florida prison, you know, I just brought on 2 different people from 2 different organizations separate from mine. And y'all can see the unity between us. So that's another thing that stands out in itself and that I wanted to touch down on is you have people in certain gangs that will have other people's back that are in other gangs or from other areas. Dylan King, I appreciate you, bro. And when you have that, if you're cool with me, whether you're a Blood, a Crip, an Unforgiven, a Zoe, a GD, whatever you are, BD, you from down south, you from Jacksonville, you Cutthroat, whatever it is. If you cool with me to the point that we eat together and everything like that, if you hungry, I'll throw you something, we'll smoke together, and I go in, like I get into something and you don't ride with me, I'm gonna feel some type of way, bro. That might get you hit just right there. Because if I'm that cool with you and you throwing me food when I'm starving, I don't care if you right or wrong. If you get into it, I'm getting into it with you. 100%. 100%. So we don't have, Jay Berg, I appreciate it, bro. We don't have gang separation. We have all the gangs in the same dorms. And different people will mess with different people. So if I'm cool with you, and your organization gets into something, I'm going behind you, and my organization is following me into the same battle. And that's how it worked. And that's how it's also worked out with me and Bimba before. And we're going to speak on that in a future video. How tall am I? I'm like 6'1". Yeah, I went to Salem Wood Middle School in Malden for 7th grade. I fought Curtis across the street. Curtis whooped my ass, but we still fought. And then we got cool right after that. Appreciate you, Hercules. Nah, I ran into one kid from Baltimore. His name was BMO, short for B-More. And he wasn't in anything. He was a neutron. He had a body, so he had time in there. He demanded his respect. He was young. He was like, 20 something, but he wasn't in anything. He didn't claim an organization, but he ain't backing down from nothing. How old am I? I'm going to be 25 in August. I knew 2 Albanians when I was in Florida State Prison. I knew 2, but they were all related. There was a total of 3 of them. And you didn't want any problem with them, trust me. You did not want any problem. They stuck to themselves. They didn't gang bang. One of them, when I met him at the Orlando Reception Center, he was like, listen, I respect you, but them, F all of them. F all of the gangs. I don't care about the gangs. And this kid was just a straight savage. He reminded me of like Khabib or something. He just had that foreign mentality. I'm just going to break you. Rolled 8th. I appreciate it, bro. I EOS'd in 2015. I think July 1st. Yeah, there's Italians. You got Italians that's in there, that's in organizations like Latin Kings. You got Italians that's all up and through Florida. Prospect, I appreciate you, man. But yeah, you got Italians in there. Most of the Italians run with the Spanish. They're just naturally cool with each other. They have a lot of the same principles from what I've experienced. Italians are very family-based, you know what I mean? Very close people, and somewhat stick to themselves in a sense, depending on where you're at. It was the same thing with the Spanish in there. Nah, I'm a Virgo, August 29th. I've never had to fight while using the bathroom. At certain places, when you use the bathroom, if you're going to sit on the toilet, you had to sit with one leg out of your pants, so that if someone ran in, when you stand up, your pants aren't going to make you fall over. So you're going to be naked. And most people either use the bathroom with a knife, or your bro would sit next to you on the toilet next to you, and he would have something while you handle your business to make sure you're good. At Lancaster, we used to shower. Every shower, Chris, I appreciate you, bro. I don't really remember exactly which graffiti you did, but every single piece of graffiti I've gotten on Instagram, I've loved. I'm trying to get a P.O. box soon so I can put it all up on the wall. But at Lancaster in the showers, every gang had their own shower head. You use the wrong shower head, you're getting hit. And there would be like 8 of us under one shower head. So one person would be under the shower actually bathing, 2 other ones are soaping up, 2 other ones got knives on them, 2 other ones got box cutters on them, and we're all passing the weapons in rotation as we take turns showering, making sure none of us get hit up, because you got gangs right next to you. You know what I mean? That y'all not cool with, so we could pop off at any moment. I've never run into any bikers in prison. None. I've never on the street in Tampa. There's outlaws and all that, but I've never run into them in prison. We have so many different prisons, though. They just could have been at a different spot, but I never ran into any of them. You said he said in his world there isn't any white bloods. That's his world. I don't really. That has nothing to do with me. Angel passed away. Um, Angel was one of the people that I knew that passed away right after he got out of prison, pretty much. And he went in at a young age. He was released at a young age, and he was killed right after he got out. I don't really want to go into any more detail than that. Rest in peace to Angel. Rolled eighth, of course. Yeah, CT's getting out. CT had got out and caught a little bit more time. So I think he got 12 years after he got out for like 3 or 4. His release date's later, like 2020 something, but not all the way to 30. Nah, I never heard of Trinitarios in Florida. All the Dominicans become kings for the most part, or rock with their city and where they're from. But Spanish rock together, and the biggest Spanish, thing moving in Florida is Latin Kings. Nah, I didn't whoop Rambo. We slapboxed. We didn't actually fight. That was my bro. We never fought or nothing like that. Why did they call me Killer Shine? A CO, a CO heard somebody more or less. When I was in confinement, you got to yell out to people you talk to in confinement. Now, most COs, they know you by your last name, and so do most of the inmates. So if you don't have another name that they call you by your last name. But someone else knew me by a different name, and they spit that different name out there. A CO heard it, figured out it was me, because in my room, I used to do graffiti all over the whole cell, everything in the cell, every bit of the wall behind the whole door. And he saw what it said is Killer Shine, and he put it down as my alias, and it stuck with me the whole bid through DOC. I know mad people from Jacksonville. Shout out to Red Light. I'm trying to get him to come on the show soon. Ragu, the one I just posted a video of on my Instagram, Goo's release date right now is 2057. Appreciate you, Mob, man. So he got locked up in 06. He got sentenced in, I believe, 07. He got sentenced to 50 years. He got sentenced originally to 400 years, but it was ran concurrent 50 years per each charge. Appreciate you, Mob, man. I wish my boy Levi was in here so I could make him a moderator. What would I do if I went to prison in California? Whatever I had to do. I don't plan on going to prison again, period. Never mind California. But the same thing I had to do in Florida. It wasn't sweet in Florida. At both of the YO camps, blood was not the gang to be. We had some numbers, but we were constantly at war. If you was blood, it was a known fact you're going to go through it, period. You had white boys claiming Zoes because they wanted to be a Zoe because it was deeper. You know what I'm saying? Both sides had crash dummies, though. But like I said, I was hitting up more bloods than anything. If you weren't moving right, if you were telling, you had people that were in there that would tell on the opposite gang members and tell the COs, oh, he got a knife on him. And the CO go lock him up or lock up all the whatever gang he's a part of, put them all in confinement. It was a lot of lame things going on. So red light was another one. Brando was another one. Whacking blood, hitting them all up. You want to be dubbed? All right, you're going to get hit, period. So we were cleaning up our own people while going at it with other people. We were never at peace like that. What do I think about the death penalty? I mean, I don't know, bro. There's certain cases and charges where, you know, if someone did something to your family, I'm sure that would be the same thing you would want to do to them. So in certain cases, it is what it is. What's messed up is a lot of people on death row are innocent and have been proven innocent, and it's just been over race and things like that. Appreciate you, Nico. Nah, I didn't see it. People just been messaging me about it. Trek, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I know people from Brevard. Not that many, though. I knew a jit named Hot Boy from Brevard. Nate, PC, Florida. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all keep talking about dude that did an interview. Y'all, if y'all have an opinion, y'all have an opinion. You know what I mean? The whole point of this channel isn't to prove your validation to anybody. You did what you had to do. The only people that mattered when it came to proving your validation was when you was inside of that prison. Hey, shout out New Hampshire, bro. Appreciate you. If you bring that same mentality into the street that you need to prove yourself and do this and that, you're going to go right back to prison because you're going to do what you normally do. You know what I mean? That's not what this channel is about. And you're not going to come on here and expect me to have some crazy reaction. Everybody's lived a different life, bro. Florida has 143 prisons. Everybody will have a different story, period. From the 90s to 2000, what it is now, 2019, that's a long time. Things have changed in a lot of different ways. Gangs have changed, prisons have changed. So people have their stories, and you know, the facts in the story might be authentic, might not be authentic, but it might be authentic to them from their perspective through what they lived through. So it is what it is. But today, in this time period, I'm still breathing, ain't it? Why they ain't hit me up? Because there were plenty of people that ain't like me. It is what it is. Same thing with TK, bro. Same thing when you got white GDs and you got white Crips. I'm interested in doing an interview with another YouTuber. I don't want to give it away, but from the West Side, been in California prisons, and I want to hear it out of his mouth about the whole white Crip, white blood situation. I already heard what he said about it, but I want y'all to listen to it. You know what I mean? Because you got them everywhere. It's just how it gets handled or what happens after the fact. But if you still trying to prove yourself after prison, you didn't come out with the right mentality, and you're not going to make it out here, because I stay in the hood right now. If you from Boston, you know where I'm at. I've said it in plenty of videos. Y'all know what Dudley Street is. There's bodies on this street every single year. So it is what it is, bro. You come out trying to prove yourself, you're going to fail. Yeah, I heard a Big Hurt show. I talked to him. I had talked to him before on Instagram. Bimba Pot 2 is coming. It's coming real soon. Y'all questions are crazy. Yeah, free Rainbow. Boston's mad expensive. Mad expensive. They're gentrifying a lot of different parts of the city. Yeah, TK definitely a savage. But at the same time, bro got a job quick right when he got out. You know what I'm saying? GD, appreciate you, bro. TK got a job right when he got out, and from what he's been doing good. You know what I mean? It's like that energy and that dedication that you have to represent yourself and represent your people can be put in a new direction. And when we get released, if we keep it in that whole, oh, I gotta kill ops, I gotta do this, I gotta fight, I gotta stab, I gotta shoot, you're gonna fall victim to your own mentality, bro. You take that same energy and you put it into working, you're gonna succeed because you got. When you're in prison, they work you like a slave. You got work squads. You're outside. We have push lawnmowers where the blades just spin. And you got to just keep pushing them and pushing them across the whole yard. You know what I mean? So if you can work like that under somebody that's calling you a boy, come here, boy, inmate, come here. Like, you can take that same energy and that same frustration, transform it and put it into something positive when you get released. You know what I mean? The video I posted on my brothers on Instagram, bro, talking about it from last year before I ever even thought of doing YouTube. If one of us can make a path, it'll open the door for everybody else. You know what I mean? Maybe I can expose the flaws in some of my brothers' cases because they don't have the money to have a lawyer expose that flaw. You know what I'm saying? And get some people out of there that shouldn't even be in there. They were talking about giving Gu 10 years. They gave him 50. He didn't want to take a plea. He took it to trial. Like, come on, bro. That's crazy. How you going to offer somebody 10 years or say they can get 10 for this and then give them 50? The charge that I was convicted on burglary, is a punishable by life offense in the state of Florida. So at minimum, with the 3 other felonies I had that were 3rd degree, I was facing a 15-year minimum with up to a life sentence at max. I took a 3-year plea. That's crazy. How do you even get offered 3 when you could get punished with life? Scrap, I appreciate you, bro. Florida don't play at all. We got a 10-20 life law. If I walk up to you in the state of Florida and I say, give me your wallet, I'm attempting to rob you. I'm attempted to rob you at this point. You feel me? If I take out a gun, that's 10 years mandatory. That gun goes off, it's 20. Am I getting any more face tats? Yeah. I'm getting tattoos everywhere. But like I said, if that gun goes off, it's 20. If something results in a death, it's life. It's mandatory, bro. So that's why they got songs in the state of Florida. Down here in Florida, they be going for the kill. You know what I'm saying? It's 20 life. You shoot him and he live and you getting 20 years. Like, bro, they've been talking about this. It's wild, bro. They be punishing people in Florida. And you got to do 80% of your sentence. So Brando stories, I'm gonna have Brando on real soon. Brando just got a job, so he's working hard right now. You know what I mean? And he got a good paying job. He's doing real good right now. But I'm gonna have him on. Brando's stories are insane. What Brando has done as a white blood, and he West Side. So I can't wait to show y'all Brando. Let y'all see how Brando rocking. Everybody knew about Brando. Even the other side, the people we ain't even like, they all knew about Brando. The COs knew about Brando. What's up with TK Raps? I don't know if he's posting any raps right now, but he used to spit on the yard in school, everything. The white dude from Hoover, I think he just wanted to get exposure. That's really all it comes down to. People want to get exposure. I don't know why anybody, like, I would never waste my time trying to reach out to somebody just to start something offline. Like, what are we getting at with that? Luke, appreciate you, bro. Shout out to the UK. But yeah, like, what are we getting out of that, bro? Like, at this point, if it ain't about my family and you're not gonna kill me, I'm not even worried about it. There's no reason to be worried about it, because a lot of people will talk crazy, never done anything crazy. A lot of people will talk crazy and really just be comfortable because they're behind the screen or whatever it is. There's no reason to put that energy out there. That's why it's dangerous. If you peep game and look at these rappers, and all these rappers talk about is shooting, whether they come from that environment or they don't come from that environment, when you put that energy out there, it's gonna come back to you. Manny, I appreciate you, bro. Hey, free your bro. But that energy you put out is gonna come back to you. If all you want to talk about is violence, there are broke people in every single city waiting to test somebody to get their name up. Period. Just waiting for it. You got people that'll do bad things for $5,000. You got people that'll do bad things for $1,000. You know what I mean? You got real broke people that will do something for a little bit of fame or a little bit of money. And when y'all put that out there, they're waiting to test you. So you really got to watch the energy you put out and what you project, because it's going to come back to you. And if you're putting out things that you can't own up to, if you're saying words that you shouldn't be saying, it's going to come back to you. Same thing that happens in prison. So you got these rappers that blow up off a video and then they get shot in their face and everybody's like, oh, RIP, RIP. Bro put himself in that position for real. Look who calling. What's popping, bro? Hey, I'm on YouTube Live right now, bro. I'm gonna have to holler at you a little bit later, all right? I got you, bro. You already know, bro. Love, bro. There's the west side right there. You feel me? So we finna have red light come on here too. Like, y'all really think it's a game, bro? I'm finna put everybody on. Everybody in my circle finna get put on. Everybody I knew that jumped out, they getting put on. Period. So y'all can hear the stories from other perspectives at the same time, bro. And they can get their stories out. What do I think of Stitches the rapper? Come on, bro. Who is that? Who is that? EBE Bands, I hope he ain't, you know what I mean? I hope it didn't come down to that, but it ain't looking too good. COs got popped off on, yeah. There were COs that got fired up. There were COs that got chased out of the dorm. There's been COs that have been knocked out. I never personally touched a CO. Where the Billies at? The Billies are the deepest in Florida. Ranger, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out Missouri. Big Matt, what's up with you? All kinds. I can't limit it to one strain. I like all kinds. Kodak Black verse. I don't even know the other dude like that, bro. Polly B, I appreciate you, man. You've been rocking with me since the beginning. Yeah, I don't really know. I know Kodak. Like, I listen to Kodak, but I don't really know the other dude like that. Goo from the same area Kodak from. Goo from Pompano. Goo related to somebody that is mad close to Kodak. A lot of people know each other. You feel me? Florida's big, but people know each other, especially when your name ring bells. Do I have pick and poke tattoos? Um, I don't think I do. I think everything. I mean, I might have pick and poke something onto a tattoo I already had, but I don't have any straight pick and poke tattoos. Dima, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Denver. We can definitely do that. One of my people live out in Denver right now. He a white GD. Yeah, I'm gonna stop making merch soon. I'm gonna make t-shirts and probably really just like t-shirts and stuff like that. And then when the winter come around, hoodies. Styles, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, them lawnmower blades are serious. Frank T, what's up with you? I never went to 33rd in Orlando. I went to y'all's juvenile though. I think I was in E2. They would put 3 people in the cell, 2 people on the slab and 1 person on the floor. So when I got in there, the first person I asked to let me get their bunk that said no, I popped off on them. And I ended up taking that bunk because I wasn't sleeping on the floor next to the toilet and all that. Caldera, we don't support no 6ix9ine Treyway. We don't support that. We don't condone snitching. Am I cool with Lockdown 23 and 1? I mean, we don't really know each other, but it's a mutual respect. As far as I know, I respect him and appreciate him for giving me a platform. I wouldn't have a channel if bro didn't let me on his show. So it's respect on my side. I didn't have a hustle in jail. I wasn't hustling or trying to do anything in jail. I had messaged Death to get on his channel. I DM'd him and I was writing on a comment. He asked for people from the South. So I told him, you know, I did time in Florida. What's up? Amber Weekly, shout out to you. But hey, you had wrote in a comment on Death's channel. I seen that comment too. But then you changed your mind like 2 videos after. A lot of people gonna try to call me out or speak on my name, bro. A lot of people were given the same opportunity as me and haven't progressed as far as I have. So there's gonna be people that feel all types of ways. Y'all need to watch this and watch how people talk to me or talk about me, and then watch the energy I put out and learn from it, bro. This whole thing is a learning experience. When you can watch someone that speaks on their experience and you can watch them live through it, learn from it. That's the best advice I can give you. So when you see me, if I'm not into it with anybody, but if you see me and there's bad energy around me, watch how I handle that, bro. And you're going to see how I progress. I guarantee nobody coming to do anything serious. So it ain't nothing to worry about, bro. Why the GTA on my hand? That was my favorite game. I got Trigger Finger. I got Rated M. That was my favorite game. And I felt like I was living just like the game at that time. Nah, I can travel with my record. I just got to get a passport. But from what I've researched, I can't go to Canada, but I didn't really want to go there anyway. But I can pretty much go everywhere else. I might not be able to get in the UK. Daniel, I already know. I'm not getting mad about nothing. Jay Berg, I'm not even really gonna put out the price of this chain because you might be able to work a different price yourself from the same people I got my chain from. But this is from Ray's Golden Cash in Miami. It's IEYS. You can check them out. I got them on my Instagram. It's an 8mm 26-inch custom made Miami Cuban link. 9 times out of 9, because I talk different. I don't want to talk like everybody else. Well, I'm going to say 10 out of 10. It's all the same, ain't it? I've thought about doing prison cooking. I have. Yeah, I need some moderators, but I'm not just picking anybody. If my people jump on here, I'll give them the wrench or whatever it is. How much does a knife go for? A knife will go for like $50 in prison, but people won't just sell you knives like that. You got to be somebody to get a knife. No one's just going to sell you a knife. Because at the end of the day, people are snitch. And people don't just openly make knives. And if I sell you a knife and you get into it with my people, I'm the one that gave you the weapon. I damn near enabled you to do something with that weapon. You really just got to make your own. Nah, South Boston's all gentrified now. South Boston is nothing like what it used to be. It used to be really racist. But all the projects in South Boston for the past like 30 years are all mixed. You still got Irish people in the projects. You got Black, Spanish in the projects. And most of them get along because they're all originally from that project. But everything outside of the projects is all, you know, gentrified. It's all like rich people moving in. They just tore down Old Colony. Well, half of Old Colony was already rebuilt. They're tearing down the other half now. So you only got 2 projects left. You got D Street and you got Old Harbor. Dorchester and Roxbury still getting popping to this day. And yeah, shout out to Old Colony. I worked at the smoke shop right up the street from Old Colony. Nah, I never lived in the Point. Oh, you used to live in the Point. I feel you. I feel you. I'm saying y'all bust some questions to me. What y'all want to know about? Do y'all want a TK part 2 first, or do y'all want a Bimba part 2 first? Cell phones in prison, bro. iPhone can go for like $1,000 to $1,200 at most, and then regular phones will be like, you know, $600 to $800, like flip phones. And y'all gotta make sure y'all follow Bimba and TK on Instagram. I'm gonna put it up real quick. This Bimba Instagram right here. Y'all make sure y'all go follow, bro. And I'll show y'all TKs right now too. Larceny, I appreciate you, bro. And there's TK's Instagram right there. Y'all make sure y'all go follow them. And somebody else too. That I want to have as an interview that I'm trying to get to come on here as well. So that'll be another good one. What does Bimba mean? You gotta ask somebody, bro. I'm not the one to ask. Yeah, they got that legal trees. I forget the name of the psych meds. You had Seroquel in prison. It was a pill. It started with a Z. No, I don't know anybody named Iceman from Tampa. I know a lot of people from Tampa though. Yeah, the smoke shop on Dorchester Street, bro. That's why I used to work at. I was the manager there for a minute. I got 5 felonies. I got carrying a concealed firearm, armed burglary, grand theft of a firearm, and what was it? Assault with a firearm. I got the assault with a firearm. It was assault with a deadly weapon by means of a firearm. That's the only felony I have from Massachusetts that I got in 2016 after I got out. Nah, I don't take psych medication anymore. I really only got on psych medication to go back to the main unit at Lancaster. Jake, I got you, bro. Appreciate it. Nah, I didn't pistol whip somebody. Assault is a threat. They said I threatened somebody with a gun. I was pointing it at them and whatever. Hot Box, South Boston, bro. Shout out to you, bro. It's funny because the whole staff that works at the old colony projects, everybody that works there, even the dudes that do the lawn, used to all come in the smoke shop for real. Everybody was trying to get cartridges. Do I like my fans? I wouldn't call them fans, but I'll call them supporters. And of course, Ranger Khan, real recognize real, bro. I appreciate you. Yeah, I heard of Fort Pierce. My favorite GTA game, San Andreas. I wish they redid one like that when you're actually like in the hood. I didn't really like Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 5 was fire too, but San Andreas, I was a little kid, so I liked it even more. I would go on Vlad TV. I just wouldn't answer certain questions he asked because he asked some police questions. Hey, shout out to Pittsburgh, bro. I left Florida because they have a PRI law. So when you get out of Florida, if you catch a violent offense, you can get mandatory time for it and it can get enhanced. So had I caught the felony that I caught in Massachusetts and Florida, I would have got an armed robbery. Because in Massachusetts, I was originally charged with armed assault with intent to rob, assault with a dangerous weapon by means of a firearm. In Florida, that's an armed robbery. If I had got hit with an armed robbery in Florida, I would have had a mandatory life sentence. So that's why I got out of Florida. I didn't have nicknames like that in prison. Everybody knew me by my last name. That was pretty much it. No, I never did time in Mass. I was only in B2 for like a night. And then I went to court. I got locked up on a Sunday. I went to court Monday. Punk rockers in prison? I mean, you can't really tell because you don't know what's on someone's MP3 or MP4 until you get cool enough to listen to it. You know what I mean? But I mean, for white dudes, it was always rock and all that. I don't know if anything was specifically punk rock. Yeah, Florida, you get hit with a lot of time. It's tough. It's real easy to go back. You heard I ratted and went to Boston. So where's the paperwork? Because whoever told you I ratted would have paperwork. I got paperwork about my co-defendant that said he went from a co-defendant to a state witness. It's all written in paperwork, bro. I'm going back to Tampa. I want to go back to Tampa, do some in-person interviews and meet up with people. I want to go to Miami, visit Bimba. You know what I mean? I got a lot of people. I just started talking to Level. Shout out to Level, bro. If y'all haven't seen Level before, I don't know where you've been at, because everybody know I've been watching Level videos since I was a kid. So Level is a legend in Miami. He used to do a lot of the backyard fighting. I'm gonna show y'all his page right now. This is Level. Y'all check out his page. Y'all got to check out his YouTube channel too, bro. His channel goes crazy, but this is somebody that lived, you know, one of the hottest lives and seen the complete dark side of Miami, from the fightings to the shootings to the drugs to the gangs. Now he's a Christian. He has a huge Christian following. He's preaching nothing but positivity. That's somebody you can learn a lot from, and somebody that you can do nothing but respect. Y'all definitely check him out. Big shout out to Level. The hottest part about transitioning into society is if you don't have anyone to help you transition, you don't know how to transition. You don't know how to have no responsibility and then all responsibility. Your responsibility in prison is just, you know, making sure you're representing yourself and your people correctly how you're supposed to. So when you get out, it's a whole nother world. Would I ever do street beefs? Like what? Like fighting it? If I trained, like if I got in shape, I'll do it. Why not? Black Gotti, when since when is there BDs in Boston? You sound dumb, bro. You so damn old too. You shouldn't even be talking like that. Talking about a green light. Nah, I don't rap, bro. Hey, hold on. I think I seen somebody. Hey, shout out to Wild Whitey from prison. Let me show you his Instagram too. Cause this man been rocking at the beginning. That's what I'm saying. Since when is there BDs in Boston, bro? Come on, bro. Y'all been listening to Chicago music too much, bro. Shout out to this man right here. Big shout out to bro. He's on Street Beefs. He be getting it in and there. Big shout out to him. That man said, "Where am I at?" How many times do I gotta say it? Yeah, I'm interested in getting a few people on here from Rikers Island to give different perspectives on being in different organizations. I would love to get people to let that story be told as well, because there's a lot of crazy stories that come out of Rikers about the abuse and everything like that. I don't know why GDs and BDs beef in Chicago. I can't speak on things I'm not affiliated with. Just in Florida, it's completely different. Yeah, we pretty much always beef with ZMF until I went to the adult camp and everybody was chill. Because you got a lot of Bloods and Zoes in Miami, bro, and it's not like that on the street like that. It's really just a prison thing. Nah, there's no segregation in Florida. So child molesters, snitches, life people with life sentences, everybody's around each other. You can have a kid that has a year and a day that's 20 years old. You can have a guy that has 5 life sentences that's 35 years old. Everybody is around each other. Literally everybody. South Florida doesn't have Bloods. What? Since when? Just start with Miami. Miami doesn't? Since when? A lot of the out of state like Royals, that's not in Florida. That doesn't exist in Florida. Ybor City's nice, bro. That's where you go to like hit the club or go out to eat or tourists go to Ybor City. Right outside of the Ybor City, you had the little projects what it was, I think Tampa Village, the little pink projects, but it wasn't all like ganged up like that. It's not like Tampa got a lot of hoods too. You'll have different gangs in different hoods. Cloudcast, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Tennessee. Have I been to College Hill? Nah, I went to school with somebody that was from College Hill. Del Mabry. Silver Springs is crazy. Yeah, my bro stayed in a lot of my bros stayed in Silver Springs. I was always up in Silver Springs. We really be at like Yukon Park though, by Nebraska. Play basketball right there because everybody I knew really stayed on like 11th or 12th. I knew some people that stayed on 17th, but we wasn't too deep up in there. Have I ever lost a fight? You gotta watch my videos, bro. I talk about all that. I was 13 when I moved to Florida. I stayed off of Waters Ave too. Yeah, I knew NYC Bloods. That's who I'm talking to get an interview first. I'm on Xbox. I'm on Xbox One. Nah, I don't know, bro, from Lancaster. I don't know who that is. The Phillies, Ace, I appreciate you, bro. Nebraska Ave. I'd say that Spanish and Black I couldn't tell you who's deeper. It just depends on the compound you're at. At most compounds, it's even, but I couldn't really speak on which one. Sometimes you'll have more black, sometimes you'll have more Spanish. I don't know why people don't accept each other. People are more focused on just some people in Florida, bro. A lot of the racism that is in within the gangs, like with races not accepting other races, is because they grew up that way. Period. It's not just because of the gang. So you'll have people that'll start gang banging in Florida, but bring in their own principles. So if you're a different race, you know, there was black bloods that wouldn't accept Spanish bloods because they went to war with Spanish people before. So they were like, oh, I don't like Spanish people. He ain't my brother. Mass one, I appreciate it, bro. So, I mean, you literally have gangs where people will enforce their own politics aside from the gang's politics itself. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. Shout out Alabama. Shout out Southside Chicago, bro. But yeah, I mean, I've seen racism within gangs. I've dealt with it myself. And that's just because of how Florida is as a state in general versus up north. I've noticed it isn't as, you know, on those terms. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, big shout out to TK. Yeah, there's mad Spanish bloods in New York. There's Spanish bloods in Florida too. That's what I'm saying. It's more or less a race thing where people don't like certain people that gets brought into different situations because you'll have someone that's born and raised on the same block as this person. The only difference will be their skin color. So it just depends on the people you're around, bro. That's all it really comes down to. Rambo's from Miami. Rambo from Opalaka. His main man on the street was white in Miami. Rachel, I appreciate you. Shout out to Flint, Michigan. Nah, I've never been to Springfield, bro. I've never been out that way. Chuck Hoover, shout out to Lynn, bro. Appreciate it. Free to real, you already know. Dirty work, I appreciate you, bro. They move inmates to different prisons because that eliminates structure. You cannot maintain structure on a compound if you move everyone that brought that structure to the compound. So if you got a bunch of wild gang members and then you got one solid guy or a few solid guys that come through and say, look, this is how we're going to do it. These are the rules. If you don't play by the rules, you're getting killed. If you play by the rules, we're going to succeed and progress together. When the COs find that structure, you know, structure is power. And when the gangs get power, they break them all up. Hey, shout out Dylan, man. Shout out New York. I appreciate it, bro. But yeah, so the COs do that to avoid that power. Up and down doors, that's real. I appreciate it, bro. He said big bank, little bank. Do I think any legit bloods live in your area? I mean, from what I know, bloods are everywhere. I had bloods hitting me up from Canada. I had bloods hitting me up from England, all over the place. So, I mean, from what I know, they're everywhere. I don't know how it got all the way over there, but what am I going to do with all the donations? All the donations go back into the channel. I send my people money. So I'm not asking for money, and I don't ask for money, period. But I personally send my brothers my money. If y'all wanted to donate specifically to somebody, you could reach out to me and let me know, and it'll specifically get put in that person's account. But any donation, whether it's off of PayPal or on here, it all goes back into the channel, equipment, etc. I haven't actually received a check yet because I didn't meet the $100 limit last month, but now I'm way over the limit. So this, whatever date this month that the checks come out, I'll get my first check. Hey, shout out to Maverick Street, East Boston. I appreciate you, bro. We don't have level prisons in Florida. They have custody levels. So at one prison, you'll have different custody levels. So that's more or less how they do it. Max, we don't have a max in Florida. Max is death row. That's our max. If you're not death row, the next thing would be closed custody, which is what I was before I got released. Then you got your HO4s. Then it goes down to 3s and 2s. You go minimum. You get to go outside the gate. Hefe, that's real. Rambo gonna get that too, bro. I appreciate it. I know he appreciated it too, because Rambo don't really have too many people rocking with him, to be honest. When I was with him, the only person that was rocking with him really was his sister. You know what I mean? So I said it's hard. And like TK said, when you in there and you feel alone, Bimba said it too, bro. Everybody feels the same way. You feel like society forgot about you. And sometimes you wake up and you don't care because you feel like you have nothing to go home to. You don't have a home or you don't have a family. So that support, even if it's letters, it doesn't even need to be money, but letters, they love hearing from the outside world. Hey, shout out to Athens Park. I just seen that. That's real. If you want to write somebody, hit me up on my Instagram, because I'm not just going to put out people's personal information so people that shouldn't have it can put things out and say what they want to say. If you want to reach out to somebody, hit me up on Instagram. I'm going to check you out and validate you and make sure it's actually genuine. You're trying to reach out to someone. I'll provide their information and you can reach out to them. I'll tell you how to do it. But I'm not just going to start putting everybody's DC number out there and have everybody looking people up and trying to see who got what charges and everything. A lot of them boys on my page are in there for murder. So did I ever feel suicidal? Yeah, you got to watch my suicidal video. I'm a Patriots fan. I like the Bucks too, but I'm a Patriots fan. Yeah, I was in a few riots. Did I ever check in? Nah, but I'll check you. Yeah, I heard about Dade CI. They melted a guy in the shower at Dade CI. It's a crazy spot. I'd love to come to New York. I really want to travel. I want to travel to different cities in the same way I was given a platform, give other people a platform and let them spit their story. Because a lot of people aren't given that chance. And now that I got it and I got people that are willing to listen, I can give them opportunity to other people. There was whites at Lancaster. There was some whites at Lancaster in the older dorms, like 21 and up, but there was no Aryan Nation, period. You had a lot of kids, like, bro, you had a lot of kids that believed in Jesus. They had crosses and they were getting swastika tattoos, but Jesus is a Jew, like, mad backwards. When you want to really rock behind a lot of those certain things, you got to know what you rock behind. I didn't go to prison in Boston. Boston's a city. It doesn't have prisons. Yeah, so they put him in the shower and they turned the shower basically scalding hot, and his skin started to melt off, and he died in the shower. And then they had an inmate go in there and basically like sweep up the skin that melted off. You can look it up. Dade CI inmate shower murder. Just Google that. It'll pop up. I never went to jail in Boston either. I only spent the night at the station arrested. You spend the night, then you court. If court doesn't go right, you go to Nash. I never went to Nashua Street. Rachel, I appreciate you. I already know it's support. Don't pay attention to anybody that talk crazy. South Bay is in Boston. That's still not a prison. There's no prisons in Boston. Yeah, Lancaster, I think it's in Trenton, Florida. Yeah, I met black-looking Spanish guys. There's black Cubans. Yeah, Walpole prisons in Massachusetts. I don't know the shower victim's name, to be honest. I've heard the story. I can't give out his affiliation. But hey, like I said, if y'all want to see that that TK Pot 2, that Bimba Pot 2, definitely reach out to them on Instagram, show support, let them know. That makes them want to get on the show more. You know what I mean? I heard of DeSoto. I've never been there though. Chris, I appreciate you, bro. Nah, I've never had a female try to send me to prison. I never had that happen, bro. TK ain't really tell too many stories. Devin, I appreciate it because TK wanted to come on and basically explain who he was and what he stood for. You know what I mean? We can get more into detail. When I actually recorded that video, it was just me and the baby at home, and my daughter was sleeping in the crib. So I had to hope the whole time that she didn't wake up as we did the video. So we kind of had to rush it a little bit, and we were still able to get like, I don't know, I think it was 40 minutes of content before I edited through everything. So, but yeah, the part 2 will be longer. Or maybe not longer, but it'll have more stories. Nah, I never been upstate New York. How is editing? It sucks when you don't know how to do it. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes easier. I've been to Philly. I went to Philly my second day out. I got a picture behind the Sugar House Casino on my Instagram. Dak, I appreciate you, bro. And I went and got a steak and cheese too. This kid's wrote 4 Locos like 1,000 times. Nah, Charlestown isn't that bad anymore. It's just the projects. Everybody you're not going to be on bad terms with, bro, until something pops off. But real's going to recognize real no matter what organization or race you come from. Rolled eighth. I never met Native Americans like that, just one. I don't really know about Danny from After Prison Show either, so I'm not really educated enough on his show to answer that. You know what I mean? But hey, I think I'm finna end it here though. I appreciate everybody that tuned in, everybody that jumped on, everybody that's rocking with me. I'm gonna try to have those interviews coming as fast as possible. Some more of my own stories coming on, but yeah, y'all keep rocking with me, bro.